Wherever we go, it's alright, we're not alone. 'Cause I got you and you got me. It's alright, we're breaking free. We're breaking free. Let's take off at midnight, just me and you. There never is a right time, but I know we'll pull through. I know we're pulling through. I know we're pulling through. 'Cause wherever we go, it's alright, we're not alone. 'Cause I got you and you got me. It's alright, we're breaking free. We're breaking free. We're breaking free.
Alright guys, welcome back to the live room. Hope you're doing well. Hope you guys are have had a nice week so far. If you're joining us for the first week of the Bridging the Gap workshop, I hope you got a lot of value from that. I hope you've really taken on board all the training from the first week. We've still got another week to go, but lots to come. But lots of great feedback so far. And yeah, Thursday is particularly today Thursday. And the reason I say that is because today Thursday is non-farm eve. And non-farm payroll every first Friday of every month, typically, unless it falls on the first or second, they usually move it to the next one. But non-farm Friday is normally the first Friday of every month. And it's kind of the most consistent, erratic move that we see from fundamental news releases in the Forex market. And many traders just decide to stay out, which is very, very wise. So depending on your style of trading, so like for instance, if you're swing trading, if you're trading off the daily time frames and things like that, you might not bother staying out. You might just carry on as normal. But particularly these intraday traders, people who are trading lower time frames, day trading, then it's not the most hostile place. So you might want to get the hell out of there. We're going to take a look at the markets in just a sec, and what this is really all about on a Thursday is normally just kind of the summary day, the dust settling day. And what I mean by that specifically is Monday, the kind of market's resetting, showing true hand of people's positions that they took off over the weekend, and now they're getting back into the positions to give a true reflection of what market's likely to do. Tuesday, where the kind of where the opportunities start kicking in, or we can look at the setups for what's likely to play out. And then Wednesday, we're either in the trade or we're adapting, or we take the trades, or we're out of the trades even. And then Thursday, we're normally out of the trades, or something didn't play out. We're reviewing, we're adapting, looking for really what's going to happen for next week. And Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for me are pretty much the busiest days for trading. In fact, Wednesday is really the busiest day. And then Friday can be busy as well. However, what I find personally is a lot of setups tend to play out on a Friday, but obviously I don't want to hold them over the weekend a lot of the time, so I don't bother placing the trades until Sunday night. And the reason that you tend to get a lot of opportunity on a Friday is because a lot of people close out their positions ready for the weekend. So you see a lot of movement. So if you're looking for a level to be tested, normally on a Friday you'll see that that level tested. So anyway, today is non-farm payroll eve. So it's really just going to be a great opportunity to just look through what's happened. What did we predict? What did we get involved with? What's likely to happen next? And just go through some of these markets to look at what we said on Tuesday, Wednesday, now Thursday, what's happening. What did we say was going to happen? What did we think was going to happen based on our our systems and our probability and our testing, and now what has happened, and then use that to your discretion. Learn from that, grow from that as a trader. Always want to be growing as a trader. Otherwise, your edge is deteriorating the whole time. So what we want to do is we just want to go through the same 8 pairs. If you guys have got any questions today's a great chance for you guys to ask questions. This could be just a trading Q&A, if you like. I'm up for a trading Q&A. I've been through the pairs already. There's a couple of things I want to share with you, but in terms of trading wise, it's a great opportunity to just use this time to ask any questions that have been on your mind for a while, or anything that's come up during this week. Okay, we've got Eamon here, Push here, Nav, Chris, Duncan, Andy, how you all doing? Good. So let's take a look at the let's take a look at the Aussie CAD. We're on the daily time frame. Remember on Tuesday we came in and we took a look at this. We had some great indicators that the market was likely to hold and reverse potentially at this level. 1, we had the retest. 2, we had divergence on RSI and divergence on the MACD as well. 3, we saw price rejection and price buying pressure and rejections. 4, we had horizontal major support level here. 5, we had this angular resistance level that we broke through. And then what happened is price broke through, we pushed down, and look at that, support. Resistance became support. We held this level yesterday, and we had a really nice indication here of price pushing all the way to the downside, giving us this low test candle wick at that support level, which then became support. Right? So there's a couple of things you need to pay attention to when it comes to candlesticks. 1 is the close of the candle, but 2 is the wick. So the close of the candle will tell us, who won the battle, right? But the wick of the candle tells us how the battle played out. All right? And if we open and close in that upper third of that candle, that is considered a bullish candle. But if we've also got a big push to the downside, think of this like a tug of war, and then we get rejected, we can see that there's buying pressure there. If we've got this long wick to the downside, we can see that there's buying pressure there. The bears have tried to push the market down, but the bulls have won. They reign supreme. And after that, if we get a higher close, or a reversal candle here, a 3-bar reversal candle here, there's a very high probability we're going to test these highs. And this is why I said I wasn't interested in shorting this now. In fact, it would be a long opportunity. So when we went through to the the 4 hour, there wasn't too much because it was very choppy, very indecisive. But from a daily time frame, swing trading, very, very clear, really nice. And what you would have done if you trade this, and obviously you'd be semi-aggressive on this because you're just trading the first part of the reversal. Okay, so you are trading a reversal. What you're trading here is you're putting a buy stop order just above the high, so 89.30, 89.32, something like that, depending on what you allow for spreads and things. And then you're taking a shot at this with targets being up at the highs. So that's what you're going for. If you're in it, good luck. If you're not, now what do we look for? Well, there's not a lot else we can look for. As I say, non-farms tomorrow, lower time frame stuff, not really interested. You know, I've got a bias and a thesis that we're likely to go long and we're likely to test these highs. In the meantime, can I get involved? Nah, not yet. You know, there's nothing here for me. So, yeah, pat on the back for seeing the move, predicting the move, talking through the move day by day as it played out. You know, not doing any of this hindsight rubbish, just actually vulnerable and on the table discretion and expertise and skills that I'm sharing with you guys so that you can take on board, you know, something fresh from the heart rather than some edited piece of, you know, showmanship. Morning, Georgie. And again, the same goes for the Aussie dollar, because on Tuesday I said this pair is slightly different. It's likely to push down. However, I don't want to test for the lows because there is some signals that we're likely to, you know, there's a weakening in trend, if you remember I said. And we blasted through this previous support level should become resistance. But we started putting in this ascending channel, and I said, there's a great ascending channel there, giving you an opportunity to short this, but trade it as an ascending channel, meaning your targets are just at the start of the channel here. Okay, so I said, right, you wait for the double top. You got the double top here. Boom, you get in. You would have got in around here. Hopefully you didn't get stopped out because your stops would have been above this structure zone for protection. And then your targets are down here, which you're almost at. We've had a little bit of a pullback here. But was almost at that yesterday. So that is playing out as we predicted, albeit, you know, a little bit a little bit painful. And then another setup you guys were looking at was a pattern setup. So if you were looking at the pattern setup, you had to adapt it slightly. It's still a Gartley, and the great thing about this is it's a very deep Gartley. And what I mean by deep Gartley, and this is the 1 hour time frame, by the way, guys, you are literally, your decompletion will be right next to your X point, because we're almost at that 786, but not quite. You can see, look, we're right there now. Okay, so we are at market. And this is what we call a Gartley formation. If you've read H.M. Gartley's book, page 222 refers to this formation of ratios, which is known as the Gartley pattern. And this is at market, right? And the reason it's a great pattern for a deep pattern is because you are literally at the X point for your entry, pretty much. Okay? And what that means is if you're doing a short trade and you're going short here, well, we know that the 382 retracement is the conventional style of target here. Okay, so if we go from A to, we have to adjust price action a little bit here, adjust targets with price action a little bit here. But if the target is here and your stop is an ATR above X, initially you would have had a really nice kind of 2-to-1 trade. Obviously you've had to adjust with price slightly now, but it's still 1.6 to 1 reward to risk. So really, really nice. Literally it's at market. It hasn't already tested would-be targets, so it's still valid. Your stop loss would be whatever your stop loss rules are, 69.76, 69.76. And your take profit will be 69.36. So 69.36. Hit modify. We're good to go, and that's it. So that's what you'd be looking at there for you Gartley traders. Cool. Let's go to the pound dollar. I'm going to fly through these pairs today, guys. As I say, it's a summary day. If you guys haven't got any questions, which I recommend you use this session for questions, and don't go away and think, oh, I wish I asked this, wish I asked that, or what about this, what about that. Use this session for questions, because I'm going to get through these pairs at pace. I'm going to try and be as educational as possible as I do, but I'm not going to read minds. So if you guys have got any questions, let me know. And when I'm done on these 8 pairs, we'll be done. So fire away. So just to summarize, Aussie CAD was looking at a potential rotation here in trend, and looks like we're pushing to the upside. Bullish bias on that. Aussie dollar had a bearish bias, but not for a continuation, just a momentary bias following the ascending channel. Pound dollar, we're going to go through right now. Looks very similar. A lot of these pairs look very similar. If you look at New Zealand dollar, you'll see the same thing. If you look at euro dollar's not quite there. Euro dollar just doesn't want to move. We'll get to that in a minute. But pound dollar, New Zealand dollar, Aussie dollar, they look pretty similar. Morning, Michael. Morning, Ekaxis, Georgie, Naomi. Morning, morning, morning. All right. So, what happened with the pound dollar? Same thing. We had a very weak, weakening in trend. We saw all of these rejections down here at a major level of previous support, this zone here. And as we did that, we started to push up right to the previous pullback. But as I said here, all of these lower low, lower closes were protected by preceding lows. So we didn't actually put a lower low, lower close candle in, other than this one, which didn't violate this low. So it's interesting, right? When price behaves that way and moves that way, you can start to see clues that there's a weakening in trend. We're faking out. There's no real clear lower low, lower close to the market. So we start to reverse. We pull back right into the previous pullback zone, which is a signal of weakening in trend as well. We do have a major level of structure at 2265. Okay, so you want to bear in mind that we may stay in this consolidation zone for a while, but ultimately we're just hovering sideways in that zone. And if you're looking to short this now, is it the best chance to short? Not for me. Do I want to buy? There's no real kind of confirmation that it's a great buying opportunity just yet. The only thing we were looking at yesterday again is some pattern setups, which didn't actually end up playing out because we didn't hit the 618. So this is invalid. You can remove that off. And yeah, not a lot on the pound dollar for me at all, which is good because I like to go into non-farm weekend with nothing. I don't want loads of great setups happening on non-farm Friday. That's not what I want. Naomi from Kenya? No, I think it's Naomi from Kilburn or wherever you call it. Kilburn? Something like that. Cool. All right. Euro dollar. I told you we're moving through these at pace today. So questions. What's everyone else looking at? Has anyone got any setups they want to share with us? Has anyone else got any setups on the radar? Is anyone looking at any trade ideas that they want me to look at? Happy to do that. Also, are there any trading videos that you'd like to see? Full-blown YouTube videos, tutorials. Is there anything that you'd like to see on YouTube as a tutorial that you can reference back to? Phil says, good morning, Jason. Been sharing some of your TikTok videos on my stories. Hope you don't mind. Everything you talk about is fire. Thanks, Phil. No, of course I don't mind. The more you share, the better. Thanks very much. I appreciate that. We're going to go to the euro dollar then. And what we've been saying about the euro dollar is we're waiting for a test of this level here. And it's really having the patience to push, wait for the market to push up, to come to us, 0.370 for a test of that structure level before I start to look for a nice little short, because until we push up to there, we're just floating sideways. Now, yes, I said that the euro dollar does provide great structure consolidation zones. So if I just draw this in, for you intraday traders, day traders, people trading the lower time frame, this little zone here could go on for a while and give you lots and lots of opportunity on a lower time frame. If I go out to the hourly, for instance, look at that, right? Loads and loads of buying opportunities, selling opportunities as we test the highs and lows of this level. You can see we had a really nice test here, right? We actually had a double top here. Okay, so you could have got in there. You had a 26.18 there as well. Push down, you could have had a double bottom on here as well, right? Or you could have had a higher close. You could have got in here, or you could have seen this as a retest. So on, when we pushed up here, you had, you didn't have a valid double top. You had a lower low, lower close. You could have got in here. So what it does, the euro dollar, and you'd want to take notes of this, right? On the euro dollar, when we go into the structure consolidation, it happens a lot on the euro dollar. You can scroll back and you'll find hundreds and hundreds of these zones. It might go for a period of 2 weeks where it just moves sideways. But the unique characteristic with the euro dollar is it respects the horizontal support and resistance levels. I've been saying this for years to you guys. And when you do that, if you've got an aggressive system that can catch these moves, like you could trade multiple, like you could trade a 3-bar reversal, a high test candle. You might trade a double top. You might go down to a lower time frame to get that double top. You might trade a fake breakout. You might trade a doji. You might trade tweezer tops, tweezer bottoms. And the more aggressive you are, you can really catch some nice high probability moves in here. As long as you've got your stop loss that's got enough breathing room, you get these zones that go on for 3, 4, 5 trades, maybe 6 trades, before we continue on with the bigger move. So it's really worth bearing in mind and going down to identify some of these structure consolidation zones, and seeing how many entries you can get. If you was to test it, if you was to go and test it. Obviously, it's hindsight, so you're not going to capture the first one usually, unless you do have some discretionary price levels, some pivot levels that you pay attention to or something. But yeah, it's a real great thing to have in your toolbox ready for that situation. Other than that, and also not forgetting ratio patterns in here as well, right? So you could trade ratio patterns in here, and you do find that they play out a lot. So as soon as you can identify these, you can start identifying, oh, right, there's a cipher pattern here, and then there's a, you could say, right, okay, there's a bat pattern here, whatever, Gartley pattern here. And you start to see these patterns form all over the place during this zone, right? And then it's just like back to back to back to back to back. These aren't valid, obviously. I'm just sharing you an example, but you start to see this kind of movement. So even if you're not trading these patterns, there's a lot of opportunity in these consolidation zones. So, what am I looking at? I'm looking at just the swing trade. So I've got non-farm tomorrow. I really just want to get out the markets today, really. I've got my big dollar yen trade running. I've got a couple of other swing trades on at the moment as well. And the Gartley on the Aussie dollar. All right, let's read some of these questions now then. Georgie says, Euro Yen 4-hour breakout or fake? Hi, mate. I'd like to see a 3-line strike setup video, if that's possible. Okay, cool. Looking at pound yen, potential bullish continuation. Thanks for the content. You're welcome. Because it looks bearish on the daily chart, Euro Yen. I have to start work now. Have a good day. Take care, Georgie. Phil says, in my portfolio, I only trade patterns on a 9-pair portfolio. Keeps it nice and simple and consistent. Yeah, really, Yeah, the more you can get a clock in, clock out type of clock in, clock out style of trading, you know, the more robotic, more monotonous, the more systematic and the more mundane it becomes, and that's when you're likely to hit consistent profits. Whenever there is a, you know, whenever there's a, in any business, right? If it's boring, it's profitable. As simple as that. It sounds to me like you're mostly trading higher time frames. Is there a reason? Yeah, I want to do less. You know, I want to get the same results but do less. I don't want to sit at my charts all day long. So I trade higher time frames. You know, I stopped day trading back in April 2020. And I just focused on higher time, 60 and above. 60 still day trading, really. But it's not as active, you know. 60, I'm typically using 60 for my entries and trade management. But yeah, my swing trading's doing phenomenally well, which I just ran through on my trader challenge, which you guys took part in. That's doing phenomenally well, so why would I do more? You know, why would I do more than I need to? I'm at a time in my life where, you know, I want to focus my energy on other stuff as well, and I want to bring income into my trading account so I can then trade it as passively as possible and grow the income as quickly as possible. Sitting at a chart all day, clicking and wearing my eyes out on lower time frames isn't conducive to my big goal. People seem to have a lot of trouble with MACD divergence. Maybe you do a video on that one if you haven't already done one already. Yep, I'll do a video on the MACD. I love boring. Hello, Anthony. Should be looking for buys. Okay. Order flow is bearish. Should we only be looking for sells on euro dollar? When should we be looking for buys? And daily looks bearish. Well, here's the thing. Okay, so would you guys say this is bullish or bearish? Is this bullish or bearish? Simon says, can we have a good Telegram channel? This content would be beneficial. It's also a good platform for developing a community. Yeah, well, in tier 1, we have our community. Like, if you go into our tier 1 platform, the community's there. It is amazing. It's amazing. I have a Discord channel, which you can be part of. Bullish until it's broken the last pullback. Bearish, 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 bearish. Yeah, so look, it is bearish because it's top left to bottom right, but also when you're looking at a trend, okay, and you're looking at two things, okay? These are called runs in a bearish trend. This is a pullback. This is a run. This is a pullback. This is a run. This is a pullback, okay? Now, you notice I ignored all of this stuff in here, all this choppiness, because I'm looking at the lower low, lower closes. All right? Now, when you start to look for a... this is why we've got this zone here, right? So when you start to look for a potential rotation or a bullish setup, you're really looking for a break and close above the previous pullback, okay, which would be up here in this instance. All right, and then what you're looking for is a 3-point move. So you're looking for a initial high. In fact, let's draw this out. Let's draw this. Whoops. So look, if we're bearish, we've got our runs and our pullbacks and our runs and our pullbacks and our runs and our pullbacks. Okay, and normally previous structure support becomes resistance. Previous structure support becomes resistance. And then what you find is we have our run and then we have a pullback. And this is a pullback that's valid until we violate this previous outside return or pullback. Okay. Once it does that, we're in a rotation. We're not in a confirmed bullish trend yet. Depends how aggressive you are. But when we get that 3-point move, so in other words, if we get a higher low and then a new structure high, we've then got our 3-point move. We've got our new high, our outside return or pullback, and then our new structure high. And once we've got that, then we're in a bullish. Then we can start looking for bullish bias. And you don't have to do that. But if you're using the higher time frame to form a bias like that, and then aligning all of your trading time frame trades in that direction, and you're using that multi-time frame analysis approach, you're going to have, you're going to have higher quality trades, and you're going to be more consistent with your trades. So reading price and all that, if you're not registered for the Bridging the Gap workshop, by the way, register, you'll get all the recordings. These 2 weeks, this week and next week, this is a full-blown 2-week educational workshop that we're running, including these live rooms. You're going to learn all that stuff. You really need to get to grips with those fundamentals, those basics, before you move on and progress. Otherwise, you're never going to have a consistent way of approaching the market. And if you want to be a consistently profitable trader, I say it all the time, you're going to have to be consistent. It's as simple as that. Oh, what's this doing? Here we go. You're going to have to be consistent. You can't be a consistently profitable trader if you're not consistent. So I hope that helps, H. Adele. I see I need more coffee in my glasses. Do you recommend the newbie starting on lower time frames to get more pattern recognition and time in the market placing trades on demo? If you want to get reps in and you're just testing setups, for build pattern recognition, you can use I would go to the 60. You're going to get plenty on the 60. You're going to get, if you're particularly testing patterns, I know you're going to get about 13 to 17 patterns per month, per year. So, per year. So you're going to get 13 to 17 patterns per year on each pair. So you go and test, 10 pairs, you're going to get 130 patterns over a year, roughly. Okay. So you can really, and it'll cut out all of that ambiguity with the noise on the lower time frames. So you still get the nice clean anchor legs, impulse legs that are standout, sore thumb moves that you want to stick to. You want to stick to those. You don't want to be then, when you're testing something, you don't want to then go live and then start finding things that you wouldn't have seen in your testing. All right. So you want to stick to the sore thumb, stick out moves, and then be honest with yourself going forward. You want to keep that consistency. 60-minute is my trading time frame for patterns. Really good numbers. Yeah, cool. Just on that note, when you don't, as soon as you go live and you're used to identifying all these obvious patterns that you see every single time, and then when you go live, you go, oh, this could be one, because it's happening in real time, remember? It's not actually there printed on the chart. It's happening in real time. So you go, oh, yeah. If you're not honest with yourself and you just go, yeah, I'll take this one, and it wouldn't be one that you would have tested, you're going to start getting different results from your back testing. And that is a biggest struggle with traders. They go live and they go, why? My testing was so good. Now my trading's not showing the same results. I must be doing something wrong. The system's gone broken, all this kind of stuff. When in actual fact, it's you trying to get involved with the market more. Whereas in your back testing, you're not trying to get involved with the market. Some people do. Some people try and find more winners than losers in their back testing. Who's done that? It's a recipe for disaster. If anything, you want to find more losers All right. And the reason being is because the biggest part of backtesting, one of the biggest parts, is lowering your expectations of a system. Because if you start performing better than your backtesting, you can handle that. You might get a bit cocky and a bit greedy, but you can handle it. But if you start performing worse than your backtesting, that's going to have a psychological effect on you, and that's where you start to beat yourself up, start to revenge trade, force trades, overtrade, all this kind of stuff. And that is going to be detrimental, and you're going to be back to square one. Michael says it will be the best decision in your trading education ever. Amazing, Michael. Yeah. Tier 1 guys. Who here is Tier 1 or has been in Tier 1 and is still around in the community here? If you're watching this live stream. Which higher time frame is best for 1 minute? If you're trading the 1 minute time frames, which I highly recommend you don't, because you're going to have a lot of money to cover all those broker spreads. Okay. You want to go 5 times up. So the 5 minute time frame would be enough. Okay. Or you could use the 15 minute as your higher time frame, 5 minute as your trading time frame, and then the 1 minute for your lower time frame, which you could use for entries and trade management as well. Greg says, Tier 1. Just started with Tier 1, says Petra. How are you finding it, Petra? I've been here for a long time, says Duncan. It was a pleasure to learn all the valuable material in Tier 1, says Vadim. Awesome. Eamon says, I've just done the 3 weeks, 2 weeks emergence. After bridging the gap, we'll be signing up full time. Amazing. What are your thoughts on funded accounts like FTMO and MFF? Oh man, I've done a video on this already. You know, it's not a popular opinion by most traders, what I think about FTMO and that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to get into that this morning. I don't feel like ranting. I would say this. I would just say this one thing and leave you with this one thing. If I was a prop firm and I wanted traders, because bearing in mind, the biggest problem for a prop firm is finding good traders and then keeping good traders without them either getting poached or the churn rate, the life cycle of the trader, where they're normally about 23. When they get to about 25, 26, they want to find a purpose in life. Yeah? So they leave. They've earned a load of money. They don't want to just sit in an office all day. So there's two massive problems, finding them and keeping them. If I want you to trade my money, bearing in mind the only way to grow a prop firm is to get good traders, to keep them and make them trade the company's money to grow the company. Okay? That's the business model of a real funding prop firm. Okay? Profit share prop firm. Why would my approach to find those traders be, you have to make a certain amount of money in a certain amount of time, when that is literally the opposite to what you want to do as a trader? Like, I don't know if it's just me, but alarm bells as a business, like as an entrepreneur and a business owner and, you know, a trader and an investor and a risk manager, that is an alarm bell. I'm incentivizing people into my firm to give them my money by incentivizing them the complete opposite way as to how you're going to make money over the long term. Right? To me, it's like, if you want to ride a motorbike, okay, I'm going to give you the motorbike and I'm going to pass you. All you've got to do is a wheelie. Right? All you got to do is a wheelie without falling off for 10 meters and you're in. Hang on a minute, where's the catch? This doesn't sound right. No shit. I'm in Tier 1, great training. Pedro, new to Tier 1, I bought a lifetime membership, amazing. You're part of the community forever. We got many traders. We got traders, professional traders, been trading longer than me. They've been in this community for 7 years. The community that we've created here. Tony's one of them. Tony from London, Tony UK. He's been trading longer than I have, and I think he's been trading about the same time as me actually. But he's still here most days. That's why if you're seeking to get funded, look for firms that have less rules and have, no time limits. Look, this is my thing. If you went to a prop firm and they said, right, we just want to see, we're more interested in watching the growth, the equity curve growth, no volatile swings, no volatile drawdowns. And if there is, we just talk to you and engage with you and ask you what happened and all this kind of stuff, right? Because there's human error. And then we want kind of, even if it was a percentage gain, 10% over a year or something like that, right? A 12-month average, that's what we're looking for. Then you got my thumbs up. You got my thumbs up. But at the moment, all I'm seeing is an amazing business model that's win-win for the funding company, because what they're doing is you're paying to be part of the competition, okay? So let's just say it's $1,000 to enter, right? And they take on 1,000 traders, and 1,000 traders pay $1,000. That's $1 million in their bank account right there, right? Then they know full well that most traders don't succeed, less than 10%, way less than 10%. So they say, how can we make more fail? Well, let's put a pressure on them of time. And let's say they've got to make this much money in a certain amount of time, and then even more will fail. We'll probably get 1% pass. So out of the million that they've earned, they've only got to give out 1% of that million to fund the account. Right? Is everyone smelling a rat here? Yeah? So what they do, what's 1% of a million? 10 grand. Well, I tell you what, we'll give them 25 grand. We'll put 25 grand in their account. So it looks like we're helping them. It looks like we've set up a company where we're geared to help traders get funded. And that's what we'll say. We'll help you grow your account, help you get funded. It's like a wolf in sheep's clothes. It's like Red Riding Hood, right? Yeah, I should start a funding company. Right? It's win-win. So, oh man, I don't know. I don't know how people can't see this stuff, honestly. It's just like, it's plain sight. It's right there. Like, what? Use your common sense. Like, think about the bigger picture. And the reason they don't is because the people that do it are in that fantasy. They're infatuated with that. So they're playing on people's emotions, and it's disguising reality. They can't see. They're not taking a bird's eye view. They're in it. Animal brain. So look, great business model, fantastic business model. If you really, really do somehow get lucky and pass and happen to make your 10% in the 30 days, it's actually 22 days or 21 days because it's not weekends, right? You've got lucky. You're not a skilled trader. You've just got lucky. So now you better hope that luck continues because you've learnt nothing, or you somehow do make 10% a month. In which case, send me your bank details. I'll transfer everything I own into your bank, and you can trade all of my entire net worth. Don't really sit right with my core values. Just arrived here. Euro dollar is in a downtrend. What makes you think it will break your trend line to the upside? Here's an interesting question, Joe. What makes you say that I think it's going to break the trend line to the upside? Oh, this drawing? No, I don't. This is just an example of if it did break and when you would start to look for bullish opportunities. No, I'm with you. Bearish. I'm looking for a short up at this zone here. So does that make sense? Does that make sense? You ask my opinion, that's just my opinion. Look, it might be rubbish. I might not know the ins and outs of the company and what they offer and what they don't offer. I just look at the glaring obvious, like alarm bells. And that's it, right? After the break, flag pattern, do we need to pull back at previous resistance for entering hit target? Let's take a quick coffee refill then. If you've got any other questions, right? If you've got any other questions like this, bring them in. This is a great discussion for a non-farm payroll eve. I'm up for ranting now. I've got into one. It's podcast day, so I typically build up the rant day as we go. But we'll take a quick 13-minute coffee break. And when we return, we'll get through the rest of the 4 pairs. I've shown you guys 2 trades so far. We'll take a coffee break, 13 minutes on the clock. We'll come back at, what's the time now? 28 minutes past. And grab a coffee, grab a drink of choice, get some questions on the go, and I'll see you in 13 minutes.
Chasing something real, got us feeling alive. So believe I'll travel around the world and I'll find out what it means. But I've always wanted you. We can dive into an ocean in my dreams. But I'm waiting on you. I need you around. When I capsize and my world falls apart again, I need you around. So let's leave town, follow me and take my hand. I need you around. I need you around. So let's leave town, follow me and take my hand. I need you around. I need you around.
When it comes crashing down all around you, we are not gonna move a bit. It's 'cause I keep you safe and sound too. Make sure that you never forget. As long as I'm alive, I will hold you tight. Don't wanna leave with your arms wrapped around me. I'm feeling safe since the moment when you found me. My parachute when I'm falling, here when I call. Don't wanna leave with your arms wrapped around me. Arms wrapped around me. Four eyes and 2 hearts are talking, beating to the same song. Be your escape when you're lost and when seems to go wrong. As long as I'm alive, I will hold you tight. Don't wanna leave with your arms wrapped around me. I'm feeling safe since the moment when you found me. My parachute when I'm falling, here when I call. Don't wanna leave with your arms wrapped around me. Arms wrapped around me. Arms wrapped around me. Fill my heart with your melody. Make me dance among the stars. Yeah, I could show you what it's like. Fill the gap inside your heart. All alone, you're dancing with somebody. In my head, you're dancing with me. All alone, you're dancing with somebody. You wanna dance with me? Don't you wanna with me? All alone, you're dancing with somebody. In my head, you're dancing with me. All alone, you're dancing with somebody. You wanna dance with me? Don't you wanna with me? Don't you wanna fill my heart with your melody? Make me dance among the stars. I'll show you what the view is like on Jupiter and Mars. All alone, you're dancing with somebody. In my head, you're dancing with me. All alone, you're dancing with somebody. You wanna dance with me? Don't you wanna with me? Don't you wanna?
I've run the fields 1,000 times. This dream so hard to find. Still need you in my life, by my side. I'll run the fields 1,000 times. This dream so hard to find. Still need you in my life, by my side.
let's jump in the water. Cause we ain't got no plans that are making this harder for me and you. The summer just flew by, I'll admit it. I fell in love by the minute. I know I want you more and more. Oh, I think I lost my mind in the middle of June. I spend most of my time just thinking of you. Yeah, supermarket wine tastes better for two. Oh, now I spend my time in the middle with you. Yeah, supermarket wine tastes better for two. Oh, but I don't mind losing my every day was a moment we were out in the open. I think whiskey tastes better with you. You learn the words to my favorite song, even though you got them wrong. I'll admit it, I fell in love by the minute. I know I want you more and more. Oh, I think I lost my mind in the middle of June. I spend most of my time just thinking of you. Yeah, supermarket wine tastes better for two. Oh, now I spend my time in the middle with you. Yeah, supermarket wine tastes better for two. Oh, now I spend my time in the middle with you. Now I spend my time in the middle with you. Yeah, supermarket wine tastes better for two. Now I spend my time in the middle with you. Now I spend my time in the middle with you. Oh, in the middle with you.
Mama played the music on the stereo we had. Mama always, she taught me how to dance. She knew how to cheer me up whenever I was sad. Mama, she would take me by the hand. There's one song she played me, it hit me, it changed me. Now I won't forget who I am. When it goes oh, I might do. When it goes oh, I might do. We would go to breaks and she would always keep me close. My heart is always beating to the drums. She taught me how to act, though taught me everything she knows. I won't ever forget where I came from. I hear it, repeat it whenever I need it, so I don't forget who I am. When it goes oh, I might do. When it goes oh, I might do.
Mama played the music for the storm. She knew how to cheer me up.
When it goes oh, I might do. When it goes oh, I might do.
Alright guys, welcome back to another session, second session of today's live room, which is the third live room, London live room, as part of the Bridging the Gap workshop, which we're running over this week and next week, where you can get a ton of free information, education, training on trading, all you have to do is go to tier1trading.com/BTG, and you'll get not only access to all next week, but you'll have all the live recordings and everything as well. So go and register tier1trading.com/BTG, and yeah, you won't regret it. So Joe says there's a few trading prop firms whose challenges don't have time limits, normally with a tighter drawdown, and that basically that says to me, right, that's spotting the good from the bad apples, right? It's like, right, well, not necessarily the good from the bad apples. Look, if you're one of these funding companies that have set up a challenge and you want to do this thing, and make money, great. That's a great business model for you. The problem is you're not going to have repeat custom because people are going to give up. They're only going to try once or twice or, 3 times and they're done. And then you've got to find another client, another client, another client, another client. Why not start a business where you're genuinely helping people and then they'll recommend you and then you are growing because you can just keep customers. So my business model has always been give value, get results for people, then they'll tell people they got results, then they'll tell people they got results. And it is a organically growing model. It's like a snowball, right? Rather than churn, try and find new clients, right? So yeah, that's great. And City Traders Imperium, I did an interview with those on this channel, on the YouTube channel. If you go to YouTube, type in Jason Greystone, City Traders Imperium, or trading funding firms, you'll see it. It's there, and you can go and watch the interview I did. I would much more be happy with a company looking at volatile drawdowns and a steady return over a longer period of time than something that's teaching you or incentivizing you that's the opposite, in a way that's opposite to what's conducive to you being a real trader. Potential buy, pound Aussie, MACD divergence, 15-minute and 30-minute, 50% fib retracement, pound Aussie. Let's go to the pound Aussie then. Let's go to the pound Aussie. So we've been in this choppy, indecisive, sideways move for quite a while on the pound Aussie now, right? Even if you managed to look at getting it in down here, you still had a big stop placement potentially, because you had this big low test. In fact, one of the things I went through with the challenge guys is high test or low test stop management. You guys watch that? Where sometimes you can be, big trade, but not get as much profit, and it's because of the position of your stop and the length of stop, which reduces the position size. And you can have a massive move, but not a lot of profit. And there's ways to go around that, which is what I was sharing with you guys last week. Let me share the screen. That'll help, won't it? Thanks, David. So yeah, we had this choppy kind of move down here. Low test candle wick again. Stop placement's going to be an issue for this. Big ATR on this pair. So in terms of a bias, right? I don't have a bias. I just think this is consolidation. It's choppiness. I like to stay out of these markets really. Until we can get into that nice higher time frame trend again, and then I can start looking for trades that play in that direction. So we start looking at what else can we use? Well, if you can trade consolidation patterns, or you've got reversal setups to trade the highs and lows of this channel, great. You can start looking for those. If you trade advanced patterns and ratio patterns and things like that, maybe you get some of those in here. We actually had someone in the chat here say there's a buy entry potentially on the pound Aussie MACD divergence, 15-minute and 30-minute. So we're looking at a 15-minute time frame. Okay, so day trading time frame here. Let me just zoom out a little bit here. Obviously, you guys had the you guys that traded this hit targets if you didn't get stopped out, and obviously you had the pattern set up as well, which I don't think hit targets. So let's just remove all this, get rid of the confusion. And he's saying MACD divergence. Okay, MACD divergence. Fib retracement. What are you actually looking at? A buy signal on the 15? Yeah, I don't know where you would look for. So based on what I just said, let's just say you're trading off the 15, which I assume you are. You've got the run. Okay, you've got a pullback, you've got a run. Whoops. Help if I do this. You've got a pullback, you've got a run, right? You've got a pullback, you've got a run, and so on. You're now in a pullback phase. Damn you, Trading View. Yeah, I don't know where you would look for. I don't know where you would look for fibs on 4 hour. What am I looking at though? What style of trade is this? Like, why is this a buy? Where are you forming your bias? Because if I go out to the 4 hour, for me personally, this is just consolidation and a choppy mess. So I don't know why. I would never ever be looking to buy this up, like as a macro view. So I don't understand your trading style. I'm not saying you're wrong. Obviously, everyone's different, but I don't. Help me understand why you're looking for a buy in the first place. And I can take a look. Yesterday's CAD yen banked about 100 pips before stalling. Excellent. Well done. Nice job. If I had the little ka-ching button, I'd press that. First Sports World retracted a message. Oh, here we go. Here they come. Wishing you all the best. Following you and Akil for 4+ years. Amazing. Thank you very much. Cool. No more questions? Yeah, so I'm not interested in pound Aussie at all. I'm not even going to cover this pair. We're in choppy, indecisive movement, going sideways, no direction. We're in the middle of the zone. There's not going to be any buying opportunities, selling opportunities, structure opportunities, trending opportunities, reversals, nothing. So I'm just going to swiftly move on from the pound Aussie, which doesn't interest me in the slightest. And I'm going to go over to the pound yen. I'm going to remove these drawing tools. Okay, and whoops. Not remove indicators. I don't really want to do that. In fact, let's just move on. Let's just delete them off like this. So again, on the pound yen, we've got this range. This is a nice range. Okay, yes, it's a little bit choppy to the downside, which means stop loss could be a problem. But we do have, if we go down to the trading time frame, this is pretty nice. If you're looking at trading the highs and lows of this channel, this could be nice for you. We're in the middle at the moment, so not going to be anything too exciting there. But again, it just moves nicer. It's not as choppy as the pound yen. So if you're looking for those types of impulse legs, those anchor, those sore thumb standout moves, you're likely to find them in here more than you are on the pound Aussie. And also, because we're not getting those big spikes, stop losses are going to be better positioned as well. So you're going to have nice stop losses as well. Is there anything for me here? No. Oh, sorry. Here comes the yawns. Yeah, no, not really. Do you make live trade? Yeah. Jason, if you had a 9-to-5 job, how would you trade? What time frames would you use? I'd use the daily time frame only, maybe the 4 hour, and I would just trade my swing trading system my trends and reversals. Oh, cool. I'll check you out. Do you see what about? Oh, there's loads of questions here that I think I'm waiting for a long signal. Want to hear your thoughts on the US 30. What's a long signal, though? What are you waiting for? Tell us. What's a long signal to you? Tell me. Tell me what a long signal is to you. A breakout? RSI breakout of Bollinger Bands on 1 minute. After a confirmed trend on the 1 minute, 3-point move. So you're looking for a higher high, higher close? You're looking for a break of above 32.86? I think. Yeah, my swing trading systems, I've just ran through as part of the Trader Challenge. So if you take part in that or you want to get involved with a Trader Challenge, follow me on social media. You'll hear all about it. And if anyone here did that Trader Challenge, because many of you guys went on to Tier 1 after that, but if any of you guys did the Trader Challenge, let me know. Or if you was in Tier 1 and you went in to do the Trader Challenge as well, let me know what you got from it, how you found it in the comments. Would you consider the C-leg valid on gold hour 4? So we're just jumping across from different... this is fine. I don't mind doing this. Just before I do... I have no idea why that's gone... Oh, it's because we're in the 1 minute chart. I was thinking, why has my chart's gone green? It's because there's an indicator there and we're on the 1 minute chart. Yeah, I think... I don't mind jumping from market to market, as long as you guys are going to give me some insight in what you're looking at and what you're looking for, because I don't really like, look, what do you think about so-and-so? Well, it's great. It's a market. What do you think? You know, tell me why you've brought that up. You must have a reason. Helen says, Trader Challenge was amazing. Awesome. Great stuff. Went through Tier 1, also did the 30-day challenge. It was great. You should do it. Yeah, it was a pretty cool process to watch. Very cool process to watch. And the reason I did that 30-day challenge, right, was because off the back of the conversations we was having earlier on in this room, I was looking at how these funding companies were incentivizing traders to learn in 30 days or to become profitable in 30 days or be profitable in 30 days. And I thought, sod it. You know, I'll do my own challenge, and my goal is to get as much progress on the trader as possible in 30 days. So I can take someone from scratch, off the street, and how far can I get them to progress in 30 days? And my goal was for them to literally get to a point where they could confidently know how to, you know, go into the world of live trading in 30 days. And it was it took a lot of thought and planning, because I had to really deliver every day on making that progress, and making sure that everyone keeps up and there's a peer group and all this kind of thing. And it was fun. Really, really fun. Lots of progress. Best adult dating site. Awesome. Thanks for letting us know that. Nude HD XYZ. I don't know why you do this, because you're just going to get banned from the channel. Like, what? There you go. Again, another business model that isn't sustainable. Spamming comments. You're never going to get a repeat client. You might make a few dollars here and there, and then it's game over. It's not sustainable, right? How to take part, because I'm new here. Look, if you're new here, Fidelis, just worry about tier 1. Just get stuck into the content, do the bridging the gap, go through that, go through the program in tier 1. You'll be, you'll have everything you need. David says, I did the trader challenge. I've been struggling for 4 years to get to grips with trading, but after 30 days, something just clicked and it was excellent. Cheers. There you go. Amazing. Amazing. Yeah, sorry guys for the spamming there that went on. I can just remove these comments. Anyone else got any questions? And if you want a date, the best dating site, you know where to get a date now. Bridging the gap will blow your mind, says Michael. Yeah, whenever we do the trading education stuff, we really do put a lot of effort into being present with the people that are going through it. What would they need? What would they want? What's their problems and pains, and what's their dream outcome, and how can we move them through and give them as much information at the right time as possible? And we do really put a lot of thought into the structure of these events. So and they're free, so you just go and register, and there you go. Do you look at charts we sent in and give your opinion on it? I can do that. I might do just a video of doing that. I might just do a YouTube video of doing that. I don't know how interested people will be, but maybe that's kind of a live stream idea, isn't it? Did you record the trader challenge? We'll be running another challenge next month. So, well, the end of August, actually. So follow me on social media. You'll find out how to get involved with the trader challenge. We'll be running another run at that towards the end of August. In fact, there was a let me just find it for you guys. There was a form. Let me find the form. There's an application already. I'll get that for you guys. Yeah? And then you can fill it in. Bearish, bullish in the next few indices, your opinion? 4-hour daily time frame? What? Sorry, Ben, I'm not following. Indices, your opinion? What, on what they are? Like, what's trading them? Yeah, I trade indices on my daily chore system. Bullish and bullish or bearish in the next few weeks. I mean, there's lots of different indices. That's an impossible question to answer. Unless I missed something, and I apologise if I did. If I've missed one of your messages, I apologise. There's quite a few messages going on here. Let's find. "30-day trading challenge." Thanks. Share. Let's copy this. Okay. here's the link. Oh, it's not gonna. What's everyone else looking at in terms of trading? Anyone got anything? Here's the link for the Trader Challenge application, which will be kicking off towards the end of August. I don't know why it's not. Pasting. Copy. Paste. Come on. Great book, 12 Rules for Life, Jordan Peterson. Okay, Raf says, I'm long, US 30. So you got the higher close that you was looking for in the 1 minute. I mean, the Dow, the NASDAQ, fundamentals for short, they go long every day. Well, yeah, it depends what your strategy is. I mean, for instance, the SP 500, for instance, lots of people trade this. I don't. I just invest in it. And the reason I invest in it is because I look at the long-term growth, and I keep buying it every single month, every single month, every single month. And because it's gone up since the beginning of time, because it represents human evolution. It doesn't represent a company, a candlestick on a screen. This is real life innovation. So it goes up and up and up. And any of those markets like the NASDAQ or the FTSE 100 or the, whatever you're looking at, the Dow Jones, they're all going to go up. Trading them is another matter. Which is why if I do trade them, the only system that I use is the daily chore, which is all based off of a daily candlestick. Okay, and it's very simple. You wait. You identify the trend on the daily. So in which case we are in a bearish trend. Okay, so we're downward. We're pushing down momentarily, as you said, Ben. Fundamentals short, but they go up. They go long every day. Well, they don't go long every day. They didn't go long here. 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 Right. So every day they don't go long. And on a daily time frame, this is bearish. So if I was investing in this, it wouldn't matter because I'd still keep buying this every single month. So I approximate the mean growth of the market over a long period of time. If I'm trading it, I'm looking at the 3 moving averages and I'm looking at them fanning out so that we've got 8, 20, 50. And if we touch the 8 and we get a high test candle and we open and close in the lower third of the candle, then I can look for a sell entry, a sell stop order, where I will place a sell stop order, and then if that's triggered the next day, great. The targets go at the lows, and the stop goes above the signal candle. And if it doesn't get triggered, then I cancel the order off. So I'll give you an example of when I would look for this, right? And the best example's here. So how can I give you an example of this? Yeah, here we go. So right here, we pushed down, we then pulled back up, we pushed up into the 8 moving average, and this is just an example, by the way. Other technical filters and all the rest of it may not be valid on this particular trade setup. But then we tested the 8 moving average, we went between the 8 and the 20. We had a high test candle wick where we open and close in the lower third. This may not technically be the third, but you can see that there. And then I would place a sell stop order below the low at 33.60 with my targets being at this low down here at 32.24. and my stop loss above the signal candle. And in this case, unless you front run orders, you would have got stopped out. You wouldn't have hit targets. So I will always remember your podcast. Don't invest in bricks and roofs, rather in human progress and spirit. Yeah. Bricks decay while I'm asleep. Companies and people grow while I'm asleep. That's the biggest fundamental difference to what aligns with my values and my approach to trading and investing. You know, I could buy a brick with some mortar and plastic and PVC and lead and sand and roof tiles and clay, which all deteriorates in the sun and the weather. So as soon as it's built, it's decaying. Or I can be asleep and Apple and Microsoft are competing with each other, designing innovative technology. Teams of people with amazing, great minds are inventing things and trying to beat the market and doing all that work. I can put my money into a house, or I can put my money into the market. Right? One's entropy, which means it's devolving, it's breaking down, it's becoming more chaotic, and more disorganized. And negentropic is where it becomes more organized, more systemized, less chaotic. So glad I jumped on here. Great to see you, man. Same to you, Ref. Yeah, a lot of people that get into property, they get into property with an ego of making money, and they don't want to let that ego down. So they focus on, oh yeah, I'm renting the thing out, I've got tenants, blah 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 blah. They don't factor in the cost of repairing the drive, the roof, the gardens, the lawns, the fences, the flipping boiler that breaks down, and all the rest of it, right? They never factor that in. And when they sell the house or they buy a house, they sell it and they go, oh yeah, it went up 150 grand. We made 150 grand on that house. You didn't make anything. Like there was one house, our last house with the pool and everything, we bought that and we sold it and we made about, I say we didn't make, it went up by £360,000, okay? And then when we sold it, they were like, oh yeah, you made £360,000. I'm probably spent about 400k on that house. So you don't make anything, right? You don't make anything. It's all, if you buy a house to live in, you shouldn't be buying a house to live in to make money on that house. Anyway, I'm not going to go into the property rant. It's the market decides the price, okay? Not you. What time did you start? Actually, I started at 7:30, hour and a half ago. So we're just wrapping up here. Really, we're just talking, discussing, and yeah, having a little look at some of the markets you guys want to look at. Other setups for the Dow you could be looking at is a bat pattern. If you trade bat patterns, right? Here's your momentary short. You get in, you're looking for a short, down to 31.32s for a 382 retracement. If we bring on, it might be a little bit higher than that actually. Let's just bring on the retracement tool. Yeah, a little bit higher than that. So 31.70 for the targets. So there's your short. If you follow bat patterns, Gartley patterns, that kind of thing. In trading or investing, you can start with 100 to 500 and build up slowly. Yeah, I mean, with investing, you can start, it's very low cost to start investing, and I recommend you start passively investing first. Don't short it, guys, I'm long. Yeah. If you want to learn more about my kind of overall wealth creation strategy, you can check out my podcast, and you'll need to start listening at episode 1. Episode 1 to 20 is in order of exactly what I did when I was 22 to 29. And if you go to listen to those 20 podcasts, you're going to shave off all those years, basically, of learning. So episode 1 is called Always Free. You can go to alwaysfree.com, click on subscribe to whatever your favorite channel is on the, Spotify, iTunes, whatever it is, Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, or whatever. And then start on episode 1. And if you're still listening at episode 6, do me a favor, let me know what you think of it on the reviews. Simon says, "Oh man, we'll be back. I'll come back Tuesday. We'll do another live Tuesday. Let non-farm payroll play out a little bit, and then Tuesday we'll be back to do exactly the same thing again." So, yeah. But other than that, the dollar yen setup's still in. New Zealand dollar, very similar to. Look, this is what we predicted earlier on in the week. A long trade. Not this, by the way, but this is the zone you got in. We're most of the way to target. So well done if you caught this. Hopefully you've, hopefully it sees out before non-farms. And if there's anything you'd like me to talk about or like me to answer in Tuesday's session, or you want to, you want to see a specific video on something, let me know. Always open to, share value if I can. And if you want to get onto that trader challenge, I've already posted in the assessment form for that. So you can get a little, put your name down for that if you want, if you're up for it. That starts at the end of August. Other than that, get into BTG, get onto Bridging the Gap, come in. Obviously, you're seeing this live room. You're going into a Kills live room at 12:30, and you're also going, you're having access to all of the educational training that we're running as part of this event as well. So there's nothing, there's no risk in the deal. So go and check it out. And guys, I will be back on Tuesday to do this all over again. Hope you enjoyed this. Until then, take care. Have a great rest of your day. And I'll catch you guys in the Tier 1 platform. Take care.